What is he doing? Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. You're watching GEEKCASTER. I'm Michael 7 Michael. Who do we have in our studio today?
Dayveonne Bussey.
Davis.
And we all wearing gray.
And that was Phoenix Sparks. Let's see if we could. So we're here live. You're watching GeekCast, everything sci-fi-fantasy, geek culture. We have a lot to talk about today. And that a lot, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it does entail some Spider-Man. It entails, what else? What else we got going on, Dayveonne? We got some Matrix talk. It's going to be a great show.
We got Matrix talk, we got Spider-Man, we got technology, which we might fuse with video games. And for the Twitch episode, we have a new addition to the show.
He's only excited because he came up with it, so he has to make it super dramatic, that's why. And silence on the music. All right, cool. So let's talk about Spider-Man because I know you guys are super excited about Spider-Man. Should we watch Spider-Man or not? And what were the highs, the lows, and the in-between, and some of the casting?
Can I say a bad word?
Milk?
Can I say a bad word?
As long as you do it quickly, because we only have a half an hour show.
Yes! Heck yes! Spider-Man was the ish, man!
Okay, and Corey?
That's a resounding yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of cameos, so we don't want to give away a lot of the cast that's in this movie. But
okay.
I'm gonna say this is probably the best Marvel movie. It's better than Endgame. You literally have everything. You have tropes, you have sci-fi, you have action, you have comedy, you have drama, you have a little bit of horror. You have suspense. Everything is packed in this movie, and it's done very, very well and tasteful.
Facts. Facts.
There's nothing bad you could say about this movie.
Nothing bad. There is no ugly. There is no in between. This is just 100% grade A. I wouldn't even give it a G5. I'm sorry. It's not even rated a G5. It's like me giving a student a grade. I would give the student 7 pluses with an A on this film.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah. And you can see, like, by the ticket sales, people are going back to the movies because it's that good. People are watching it multiple times. It's earning ridiculous amounts of numbers right now, and it hasn't even been a week.
Wow.
It's just phenomenal. That's all I have to say. The film is phenomenal, and this is no spoilers for anybody. It's just one of those films where you can tell your kids, your grandkids, and say, yo, I was there.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
It's literally a movie for everyone. If you're young, if you're old, if you're very deep into the comics, if you've seen every Spider-Man movie, it's literally something for everyone. And it's done tastefully. Like how we gripe about all these other movies and making it tropey and stuff, Marvel just showed Phase 4 is going to be, and it's very, very exciting.
Wow, that's excellent.
Marvel's just going to make us bankrupt. Let's go.
Happily bankrupt.
Happily.
Yes.
Now, Sparks, did you get a chance to see that?
Oh, not yet. We're going to see it tomorrow. I'm very excited about Zendaya because I feel she's just been great at everything she puts her hand in, and she started off her early years acting, right? She was a Disney kid. So
Yes, right.
Nothing new for her.
That's great. I'm looking forward to it. This is very, very interesting. Now, were there any casting news or surprise personalities that we should look forward to? You can just say it. It's okay. That doesn't take away the script. Just, Because that might rush people to come out, because this is what the studios are really concerned about. Can we go back to the movies? Can we be excited about going to the movies again? So.
Yes, with this movie and the people in it, Tom Holland, Zendaya,
Right.
Jon Favreau, they all did a fantastic job. And everyone knows Alfred Molina reprises his role. Yes, they did a very, very good job. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange sets you up for the next Marvel movie, which should be Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That's going to be insane. So people are going to watch this Spider-Man movie, and guaranteed the numbers for Doctor Strange movie are going to be just as good.
And by the way, is everybody's mics all the way up?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me perfectly?
I can hear you good. Let me, while we're talking, let me see if I can work on some stuff there. Also got some music in the background this time just to smooth things out. But that's great.
Just to say something, just be prepared for 2022 is going to be like...
Why are you talking that way?
I'm sorry, but when it came, when I saw everything, I'm just being prepared, just letting everybody know. 2022, be prepared, because I'm letting y'all know now. Marvel is going in. They going in like a bomb.
And if you're watching us live on Twitch, just add your comments in the chat and I'll read it out on the air while we're...
Yeah. So, it's like, what can we say about Spider-Man without spoiling it for everybody?
Well, I mean, ticket sales were definitely historical numbers, but also I think some of that has to do with people are just so antsy and out of all the movies that you're going to get back out of the house for and back into the cinemas. I think that's a good one. So.
Yeah, they chose a really good movie, and no one was disappointed. I believe all those who were like, oh, let me just go watch this movie because I want to watch a movie, they probably were highly impressed. Mm. I can say that without a doubt. They were definitely impressed and probably are going to watch every other Marvel movie. This movie set a new precedent. It really did.
And to be honest with the audience, this is the first time me and Corey ever agree on anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're wearing the same shirts. We look the same. Yeah. Today's
It's just like Ice Cube, today is a good day. Yeah, when Spider-Man No Way Home came out, today was a good day.
Wow. Venus is probably going to text us after she watches it like, wow, you guys were right.
Yeah.
She's going to be like, oh my God. Man, to be that good.
Can a movie be that good? All right, well, we shall see. Hold on a second, fellas.
Only the man, where the man is.
All right, so I was able to see the Matrix, got a chance to see a sneak preview. I know by the time people watch this episode, they're like, oh, well, I could see everybody see it. But we got a chance to see it ahead of time. GEEKCASTER. And I would say there are definitely highs and lows with this one. The fight scenes, Dayveonne and myself, we filming a couple things last week, and our fight scenes were so much better than most of the Matrix fight scenes. And I was very disappointed. Very disappointed with that. There's a part, without giving it away, there's a part where they kind of take you out of the Matrix world and kind of make fun of gaming and computers and, oh, you know what? This might be the reason right over here. Yeah, hold on. Oops. Yeah, so that was a little annoying. Now, it went back into the story well, but that transition I find was a little much. It's hard because I don't want to give it away and it's not even a big thing that you're giving away really, as far as like a spoiler alert thing, but you know, there's two major worlds. There's the Matrix world, and then there's actually being quote unquote in the Matrix. and their balance was a little unsettling at some point during the. What are you doing, dude? This is the not sign language, the geek language transition. So anyway, so if you could only give it 2 thumbs up, I would give it a strong thumb up. The second one is a little debatable on that. But the effects were great. The acting was, well, you know, Keanu, love to see him. I feel that with The Matrix, especially this one, there's a little bit more layers as far as acting ability, which I love. He's actually a really good actor if people give him the script and the dialogue to act. You know, there's a thing that he did where he was a husband and he kind of got, I don't almost like catfish, but kind of tricked into cheating.
Oh, yes, with the 2
yeah.
Yeah, what was the name of that movie?
Oh, man, what was that?
It was a one-word movie.
I will find it right now.
Yeah, because anyone that's a Keanu fan and you had to argue and debate, can he act or does he kind of do one thing all the time? This would be the movie that shuts all that down and says, no, this guy can blow. So anyway, as you're looking for that. So, Matrix, if you're a fan of the video games, if you're a fan of the original 3 movies, you have to see it because it kind of continues, or does it?
But if I'm a fan, a diehard fan, will I be disappointed with the story? Without spoiling it.
Yeah,
I'll be just...
it depends on what kind of... I'm really split in the middle. I tell you one thing, though. I would say this is a good HBO Max event. Mm-hmm. You know, like if it's a big deal for you to, like, go to the movie theaters, but, you know, I want to see it because it's in the movie theaters. I want to support... I think it's something you can see home, and I think if I saw it home, I would have a different vibe. Kind of like Dune. I'm glad I saw that home, because if I saw it in the theaters, I would have been upset.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, one last question.
Yep.
Which one is better? Bill and Ted Face the Music or The Matrix?
I did not see that.
Oh, you didn't see Bill and Ted Face the Music?
No. And it's interesting, too. I mean... There are definitely really good psychological points. Patrick Harris,
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick, great. He's a great villain. He's a great villain. I want to see him villain one. Yeah. What was the one where the unfortunate events?
Oh, it's called Knock Knock.
What?
No. It's a long title. The unfortunate events of.
It was on Netflix.
Oh, Lemony Snicket's and a series of unfortunate events.
Yes.
There was another version of it, and then there was Neil Patrick Harris' version. That one, again, it's one of those roles where if you ever question his acting ability, this is it. That he knocks it out the park. It's like, yo, he's brilliant. He's very, very talented. He's like underrated based on that particular thing. All right, there's at least 3 surprise characters that come from the other Matrices that you'd be like, oh wow. So like moments like that are worth it. I don't even want to give that up because those are such a highlight that I don't want to take that away from people, but yeah.
And the movie with Keanu Reeves as a father, and he goes on like this horror suspense storyline. It's called Knock Knock.
Okay, yeah. It is Knock Knock, yeah. That was great. Yeah.
Great.
So, what's next? What's going on in the tech world? Because it's been a little quiet.
Not much, but the only thing that I found that was interesting, it has to do with healthcare. So and it affects a lot of Black communities and Latino communities, as well as the LGBTQ community. The FDA has just released injections that prevent HIV. Before, if you were with a partner with HIV pills, you had to take something called PrEP, which was a series of pills that kind of diminished your immune system and it prevented you from, contracting HIV. And now the FDA just released an injection, which is huge. So it's once every 2 months. You don't have to take a pill daily, and it's a lot more effective.
That is amazing.
Yeah, with the medical tech that we're making leaps and bounds with, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, I was about to say cases went way up over the last couple years, so that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
But
And the other tech is since a lot of people are scared of school shootings and just being in the wrong place in the wrong time. If you don't believe in guns, there's a clothing company that you can get called Axilum. It's basically, if you've ever heard the military term Kevlar, it's something like that. So what it is protective clothing that is made with carbon fiber. So it is bullet resistant, cut resistant, stabbing resistant, so you can wear these clothes instead of wearing a full bulletproof armor. It's done very well in tests. It's prevented a lot of death, blood loss from associated with being stabbed and shot. And it's not that cheap, but it's wearable, so people are looking into that as well.
yeah, I mean, there's also I don't know if you've heard of Moonlight. They're a company that participates in alert systems, but also there's a company called Get Flare, and they have really fashionable, cute bracelets that are aimed more towards women, but guys can wear them too, where if you're out and something's happening, you can't get to your phone, you can press the button on the bracelet and it'll send alerts out. So it's just having that peace of mind.
Yeah, there's another app service like that. I forget what it's called. When you have an emergency and it actually alerts everyone that's also within the service, and simultaneously it alerts authorities, EMS, and fire.
Yeah.
And Phoenix, if you could get closer, if you can get closer
If
to the
I-
mic and talk a little louder.
Okay. Sorry.
And that's
So,
amazing.
sorry
I think
for
in those
technical
two areas, that's a lot of people's concern is safety going into 2022. Yeah, because people are upset. All this stuff is happening in life and pandemic and people are stressed out. So yeah, this would be the time to be very aware and careful.
And protect yourself.
Yeah, but also, I think that's great. Thank you so much for mentioning that, Corey. Just as far as protection and controlling the HIV virus if you have it, because I was just commenting the other day, like we don't even talk about those.
Right.
You know? And I guess and if you guys haven't realized, probably one of the most original geek-related shows, because we go from serious things to fun things, but it also be fun. You know, just being aware should be fun. Protecting yourself should be fun.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a chore. You know, so that's great. That's great. So how many lives are being changed with this new medication?
So since it just came out, it's probably going to affect, they're saying 66% of people right now. That number is definitely going to go up because it was just released 2 days ago.
Wow.
So you're going to have a 99% increase of protection. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's awesome.
it's better than PrEP. PrEP gave you like an 80% chance, but you had to take that daily. With this shot that's once every 2 months, you're going to have a 99% protection rate. But it's prevention. So if your partner has HIV, this injection is not going to take away their HIV. It's going to protect you, the person without HIV.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah, and again, the fans out there, I don't know what's going on with the audio, but we're trying our, we are live, but there's a little bit of feedback, so I don't know which system or computer that could be coming from. But we are live, and we will definitely fix that in the future. But we'll go from there. That sounds good. Now, we have a holiday show we're going to do right after this one. But going into it, at least for the ending of the year, are there any shows that you're super excited about that were released this fall? The end of 2021. I think that's the Hawkeye face.
Yes. I'm
What
not
is
gonna
so
spoil it, but it
magical
was.
about Hawkeye? Tell us.
Yo, it's like watching Die Hard with Home Alone, and they gave birth to Hawkeye. That's how this show feels like.
Okay.
And the story is really phenomenal. They basically answered a lot of questions with Hawkeye, his wife, Kate Bishop, what her mom actually does, who is Kate Bishop, and we had the return. Right after these messages, we'll be back. So I'm not going to spoil it. Whoever watched episode 6, I'd rather you will enjoy it.
Oh, I'm like, what is
He
happening
he
here?
had to add that in. He had to be dramatic.
Oh, okay. That's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing now.
Of course.
Phoenix,
Who else can I be a fair villain?
Oh man.
Honestly,
you?
I'm most excited about the new season of Ozark. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but
Which one?
it's very suspenseful. Ozark. I would put it in the suspense genre. I mean, like, there's lots of seasons out already, so if you haven't seen it, there's still time to catch up before getting into the new episodes. But I'm excited about it because, like, I don't know, I feel most shows I'm not that into, but that one, I can't walk away from it. I'm like, I get pulled in. I'm like, I can't walk away from the TV. Screw the chores I had to do.
I've only watched the first episode of that.
Yeah. What did you think?
I thought the first episode was good, but I just never went back to it. I was like, oh, this is a good pilot episode. What's the guy's name? The star, the dad, basically.
I can't think of the actor's name, but he's a phenomenal actor. I feel
he's
anything he's in does a great job.
It's borderline like a comedy drama, and I guess everyone's watching it, so I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another show that everybody should watch is called Hit Monkey on Hulu.
Hit Monkey?
Hit Monkey, yes. It's basically a story about an assassin. It's based off of Marvel Comics, pretty much. It's an assassin who went to try to complete a hit, but it went sideways, and his spirit follows a monkey. And he trains the monkey how to be an assassin. Pretty much have a mentality of a human, and know how to go on rage mode. The many surprise Marvel characters that's on this show. Yeah, like I will tell everybody, whoever's a huge Marvel fanatic, try Hit Monkey. You will not be disappointed. Another show you should be watching is Super Crooks. Now this is going to be a spoiler for everybody. Just to let everybody know, Super Crooks is a spinoff to, drumroll please, Jupiter's Legacy.
Oh, nice.
And the show is basically about crooks that pretty much have superpowers that they try to steal or rob or whatever, but they do not kill nobody, and the superheroes are pretty much jerks, like the jerks from the Boys.
Okay.
So they got but they found out that their heist has to involve breaking into the compounds of Jupiter's Legacy Fortress. Another interesting show to watch if you're into superhero.
Well, this isn't this year, but it's coming out February of next year. It was a show Michael and I really liked. It's called Raised by Wolves. Season 2 is going to come out, I think, February 3rd of 2022.
Woo, that's exciting.
Yeah. So we're excited for that. I don't know if Michael's excited.
I am. That was a great series. I'm just juggling chords because I don't understand where that. See, the cool thing about a live show is there's a lot of stuff going on, and you're live. But yeah, I think that was a great thing. Give me 1 second. Let me switch something. See if this makes it different.
Being raised by wolves.
Okay, let's try this one.
So
Okay.
what happened is human race was annihilated in religious war. So we sent 2 high-functioning androids out of space to revive the human race. So there is an android called Mother and an android called Father. There's a lot of allegories and a lot of meaning behind the show. So they start to raise humans, and the artificially intelligent robots are raising the next human race.
Oh my goodness.
On this terraformed planet, but
Okay.
obviously with other twists. The planet is a real actual planet. It's called Kevlar 22b. And it's, I want to say, 600 light years away from Earth. So it's the most Earth-like planet. And people have wondered if we could terraform a new planet that is Earth-like. And this show goes into that aspect. There's a lot of science and psychology behind this show. So that's why there's a lot of allegories put into the show. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if either of you watched, this is an older show, it's been out for a few years, but there was a show called Altered Carbon. It played with a lot of abstract ideas, like, what's going to happen when the AI has its own property and has its own, body, basically, and being able to transfer consciousness. So kind of coming back to, even though the tech world's been quiet, everything's just very different. We've done a lot with our hardware, and it's kind of going back to more of the software, what are we going to do with AI and with the questions about, data security and cloud computing. So I think we're going to see a lot more sci-fi in shows touching on those topics.
And that's what separates this show. So the androids are atheists, and they're trying to raise humans as atheists.
Yeah.
It's not a big spoiler, it's just a plot device. The war that ended the human race on Earth follows them to this new planet. And so as they're raising these human embryos into actual children, the kids kind of start finding faith and religion on their own. So there's a little debate between nature versus nurture if it's not evolved with the human element. So you see this artificial intelligence try to instill their kind of values that was programmed into them and how they were supposed to raise these kids. And it goes against protocol and how well they think on their feet. It's an interesting dynamic if you watch it.
That's deep. That's interesting. I'm excited.
So it sounds like off of a little bit from the Bible, like Adam and Eve. Besides Adam and Eve, you have mom and dad.
Yeah, it could be. That's why I said it's a lot of allegories.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're let's give everybody your social media. If you're watching us on Twitch, we will continue. If you're watching us on cable, you'll see the other part of this next week. So, what is everyone's social media?
Dayveonne Bussey on all the things except for Twitter. Jamal Wales.
Phoenix Sparks _official on Twitch and Instagram. Say hi.
You can find me at IamGT3 on Twitch and Instagram. What's Instagram? Instagram and all of the things.
Cool. Michael 7. Michael, you're watching GEEKCASTER. Thank you, everyone, for watching us, and we will continue. We'll be back in a moment.